Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Frozen Fortunes. But before we get into anything else, because it's Tuesday, it's time to thank new patrons, and this week it is Luke Newton, which is a really satisfying name to say. So thank you, Luke. That is incredibly awesome, and to all of the rest of you that are on the Patreon, and all of you that just watch the videos, that is incredibly awesome. And yeah, let's get into this. We've got some interesting stuff to talk about today, as well as a goddamn cup final. Now then, I want to talk about the stadium, because our stadium, the B67 Stadium, has a pretty uninspiring name, but unfortunately that's just the way FM is, and I was talking about this on Twitter on Sunday, and I was referred to a thread, which I'd actually already seen at this point, about someone trying to find a way to change the name of their stadium because they were unhappy with the fact that it gave it an uninspiring name, despite them, at the start of their save in the pre-match database, pre-game, whatever, giving it names of legends to name the stadium after. Obviously, we didn't have that, so that wasn't ever going to happen for us, but apparently there is a way you can change the name of the stadium without using editors or anything like that. It involves either editing or creating a .lnc file in the database files within the Steam folders. And basically what you can do with that is you can change the name of a stadium and it won't have any effect on anything else, just the stadium. So I figured, you know what, B67 Stadium is a dreadful name for the stadium, so I'm opening it up. What do you guys think this stadium should be called? And we're going to change the name of the stadium to that. I think ex-players, because we're only a very new club, I think it'd be a bit silly naming it after ex-players just yet, because no one's really been a club legend, so to speak. But do let me know in the comments any ideas you have for the name of the B67 Stadium, and we will go with one of those, basically. Right, that's enough chat. Let's look at the games we've played so we can get to this cup final. Oh, it's going to be good. First up, we were away at Bromby, one of the rivals for position and our opponents in today's cup final, and we beat them 5-0 away from home. Sergio Santos was an absolute star in this game. I genuinely think that bringing in that other central midfielder has made a hell of a lot of difference in freeing up the attacking playmaker role. Still not entirely sure I'm happy with it. We might experiment over the summer period, but my god, what a performance from this. For 2 goals for Santos, 1 for Bravo, 1 for Shishi, 1 for Ursan, all the star men basically getting involved. We also had a goal disallowed. I think it was a goal disallowed, or was it a missed penalty? I'm assuming it was a goal disallowed. Yeah, Bravo had a goal disallowed as well. We've just dominated them, but a 5-0 win. Santos scored a free kick in this game. That's how good he was. A 9.5 rating. I think he got an assist in this game too. Insane result. Really important. Next up, we were at home against newly rubbish Nordsjælland, who turns out they didn't have a new manager. They just recently had their manager sacked. So for whatever happened, it's not because of them changing manager. They were turning to shit before that, and I don't know why. Point is, it didn't matter to us, as Mariano Bravo scored a hat-trick this time. 1 for Ursan, 1 for Lever. It was just total domination. Not as many clear-cut opportunities in this game, but we still scored 5 goals and found a way to give David Taubleib a goal to give him a chance in the older top scorers chart. But Mariano Bravo is sneaking in there quite heavily. He and Ursan might have to battle it out on the final day to see who is actually going to be the top scorer. But back-to-back games scoring 5 goals, that's a 9-goal swing in just 2 matches. That really put us in a strong position to get that second spot wrapped up. Also, our under-19s won the Under-19 Cup with a 3-1 win over Odense. So that's their first piece of silverware, and definitely to me suggests we're doing something right tactically across the board. Next up, unfortunately, we were away against our main rival for that second spot, and maybe on another day could have had something. They only had 2 shots on target. They created a fair number of chances, though, and I think it just wasn't our day, unfortunately. Patson Daka got the goal, and we just could not find a way back into the game. Had a few opportunities. Maybe, like I say, on another day it would have been a chance for us, but Ursan did not have the best game of his life, unfortunately, and we fell to a 1-0 defeat, which we could have won second place, if you like, with a draw in this game, but this just kept it going. Our B team also won their league, which is a massive achievement and really does show. Our under-19s also came second in their league, only finishing behind Copenhagen by a couple of points. So there's real good blood going through this team right now. Also, in case you're interested, Pacos Ferreira actually got to the semi-final of the Europa League, which Red Bull Leipzig actually won in the final, beating Liverpool. So that's kind of interesting. Also, within all of this, of course, the relegation playoffs and whatnot were going on while we were still playing these games. And amazingly, Randers weren't relegated automatically. Odense were the team that went down automatically, despite finishing 10 points above Randers, and the way that Randers played. They didn't win a game until match day 20, and they've not gone down automatically. It's mental. They could still stay up if they win in a playoff against one of the teams from the lower tier. It's crazy. Finally, we played host to FC Copenhagen, and yet again, we just could not seem to get the victory. Again, I think we played well, had some good chances in this game. Svenningsson scored the goal, but, yeah, you know, Jean-Kevin Augustin with 2 goals for FC Copenhagen. There's a reason why these guys are as good as they are and are going to be incredibly difficult to hunt down next season, and I don't think we're going to. But the next season is just try to put a dent in the gap that they've got at the top and see how close we can get. That's really all we can hope for, I think. However, even though we lost, AAB also managed to lose 3-1 at Bromby, which guarantees us second place in the league this year. A tiny team from Greenland has just come second in the Danish top flight in only our second season, which means that regardless of what happens, we're going to be getting Europa League football. But I'd like to get the cup win because I think that would put us in a slightly later round, particularly as we're going to start later or earlier this season anyway because of the changes in the Europa League places. We start further back, which means we could have to play a really, really poor side in our first set of Europa League ties if we don't. Speaking of the Europa League, we actually got £1 million from the Europa League for TV revenue, which was just another lovely surprise bit of money, which we really did start to need. However, of course, after the next episode, we're going to get some more money from the league as well, which I believe is going to be 1.2 mil. So even more money coming into the coffers. And once again, speaking of the Europa League, Ersan with 12 goals in the Europa League is actually the top scorer in the entire competition. Nearest was 11, so we actually won that accolade, which is crazy. So for today's game, of course, it is going to be the game against Bromby. We've got a Bromby game in the next video too, which is going to be tomorrow because it's only one more game. So I figure we'll do that. So today's video is going to be the Cup final. Tomorrow will be the last day of the season because we're going to do some extra stuff because I want to take you guys through my transfer shortlist and take you have a look at some of the players that I'm looking at. Just so we can kind of go through this, you know, just so you can sort of see where I've been scouting. Then the day after that, we'll have the analysis video and then back for the first day of the season. So 4 straight days of videos again. It's going to be a fun one. And I personally think we've got enough in the tank to beat Bromby, despite them being the favourites. But we beat them 5-0 on their own ground less than a month ago. If we could just pull off half of that performance, we should be able to win our second straight cup final, which would be crazy. Now, as for the team that we're going to go with today, I really don't know who to start. Svenningsson, Bravo, Ersan. Where do we really go? I personally think that because of Ersan's performances this season, 42 goals in all competitions, it would be wrong not to start him. Svenny still hits 20, but he's still got a long way to improve. I think Ersan should get the starting bearing today. Santos, of course, in there with Shishi and Caleb Morley, no problems. Rogers Jr., Strick won't play. Unfortunately, Moscutsa picked up yet another suspension, but he's back in now. Lever, Curtin and Rivera doing their thing, and of course, Kanate in goal. On the bench, Karatala, Cormio, Hansen, Svenningsson, Safi, Kovalchik, and Zahidi. Now, I sometimes get people asking me about putting the tactic up online. The reason I haven't done this, and some of you from the old days will know, the reason I don't do it immediately is because I make so many goddamn changes to the tactic that I'd have to keep re-uploading it all the time, which is why I haven't done it yet, and just from the fact that I've made so many changes this season alone. However, what I am going to do now is take you through the tactic so you can copy it if you want, and that way you can make changes with me when I make them in future. That's what we're going to do for now. So, essentially, you can see all the stats right now, so you can see exactly the roles and the positions that we've got these players on. You can see the team instructions, but if you want to see a little bit closer look, this is how we're doing it. We're slightly deeper, closing down much more, using tighter marking. Tempo is normal, well, width is much wider, and we're working the ball into the box. We're on whipped crosses, and we're on a standard sort of mentality. And the team shape is flexible, no problems there. Now, as for the actual individual instructions, things get a little bit more in depth, and we haven't really shown you this so far. So, goalkeeper is on distributed to fullbacks, so these do, and pass it shorter, no problem. The wide mark tighter and tackle harder, mark tighter, tackle harder. And of course, this one, a little bit less of that because he's supposed, I mean, we might look at that in the future, but that's what he's supposed to do. Wingbacks, shoot less often, more direct, more risky, stay wider. And what's the one that I've not got on this guy? Stay wider, shoot less often. Oh, I don't have Carl Rogers Jr. on shoot less often. We should probably put that on then. Don't know why that wasn't on. He has not scored any goals doing it, so maybe that's the reason. Morley, of course, shoot less often, hold position, a few risky passes, just to kind of keep linking things back into Shishi. That's the idea with that one. For Shishi, it's shoot less often, mark tighter, and move into channels to get him further forward. Santos is dribble less, pass it shorter, just keep things going around. Santos doesn't have the best dribbling in the world, I don't believe, does he? Only 8, yeah. So that makes sense. And the two strikers, it's shoot less often and roam from position. I think that's on both of them. Yes. Just means it's easier to find them. So that's actually the tactic that we're currently going with. For now, things could easily change over the summer if I move some positions around, but now you should be able to construct that yourself. Let me know how you get on with using it in your saves as well. I'd be very interested to know if it's working for you. I think it does require certain players in certain positions. Getting strong wingbacks is so important to this team. I really do think it's that important. It's weird how Moscutsa, despite not having the overall role suitability, he's on a 7.62 this season, to give you an idea of just how good this guy's actually been for us. What a player. In the summer, I think we might struggle to hang on, but I'm going to do the old good atmosphere one. When you've got it, use it, because it seems to be a great way of keeping players at your club that I never really experienced in previous FMs, or I just never used it, which is probably more likely to be the case. Anyway, let's get into the game. It's the cup final. Can we go and win it? I really, really hope so. Again, haven't suited up because I don't have a suit that fits me at the moment, and also it is so hot in here. It's like the inside of a mozzarella stick. Okay, so they've playing the same system essentially that they played against us last time. This is a guy, I think his name's Johnny Eager. He is actually a player I'm looking at. He's on my shortlist. I don't think we need to sign him, but it's good to have players available just in case we were to lose a striker. Players I've got fully scouted that we could go after straight away. That's why some of my transfer targets aren't actually players I want to bring in. They're just sort of ideas just in case the worst happens and someone bought Bravo or Svenny off of us. That's the idea anyway. Oh, actually, wow. Giving the fans what they want. That actually works. That's crazy. I'm not going to touch the assistant because he just messes things up most of the time. Right, yeah. I think we'll go with that for now. They're looking a bit tired, you know. Okay, then. Right, let's get this game going. Right, so question of the day. And today's question is this. Smallest uncontrolled side you've seen as a major European giant, i.e. an AI-controlled team that's really risen into something awesome. I can't think of a team that became a European giant, unless any of you guys can remember something like that from one of my saves. The best example I can think of is when Oldham went from being a sort of League One, League Two, oh my god, oh no, he's offside, team to being a Premier League team who were rich and had some decent sides. They were constantly, I think they qualified for Europe, Oldham, on my, I think it was the Wimbledon save. So yeah, that's the closest I can think of. Let me know if you've got any of those. And if you have any ideas for a question of the day, drop those in the comments too with the hashtag QOTD, as Mariano Bravo very nearly gives us the lead in the cup final. And that would have been one hell of a way to start this game. I'm still training Shishi to get rid of that shoots from range PPM, but he's not really getting it, and it's a problem. Ishii on the edge of the box, round the post here. We're certainly not looking as dominant as we were in the game away, but maybe the neutral venue, the cup final, it's going to be tougher. I don't see us winning this cup final 5-0. Although, bro, Ursan's through. Go on, square it. Square it. Oh, mate, you have to do better there. How is that not a clear-cut chance? He's literally through on goal. But he has to square that or do better. He just took too long with it. We've had a chance to take the lead in this game early on. It's definitely boding well for us, but I want to see a bit more. Here we go. Vegan's ball in. Headed away by Caleb Morley. Tramberg probably will just shoot from range. Yeah, he has. Ursan had to score there. He needed that number 43 goal. See, this is what I mean. My assistant at first says, oh, we should play more shorter passes. And then less than like 5-10 minutes later, he's like, oh, we need to play long balls. What are you doing, mate? That kind of assistant instruction bit there just really seems to be so temperamental. I know it's based off of the stats available at the time, but it really does seem like it's a bit pointless at times, to be honest. Morley, he does love giving away free kicks on the edge of the box, doesn't he? Well, Scoots not having the best game of it out there, which is a bit of a worry for me, considering how much of a strong performer he's been this season. Tramberg, good block. Ishii, right, go on, Fabian, get out there to your man. Block that cross, or don't. Konate does well to collect that. They've mostly shot from range, that's fine. We just need to get the chance, really. I mean, we've already had a chance, but I feel like we need... It's good. Oh, God. Ooh, that's a bit more like it from Bromby, which is a problem. This is very all Bromby so far. Right, Ursan, got to look over the top for Bravo. He probably can't get through all of them, but he's found Ursan, and he's trickled one into Runarsson. It's a shot on target. I'm a little bit perturbed by the way this game's going at the moment. I know cup finals are obviously going to have way more pressure and be harder too. Oh, what a chance. Bromby probably could be in front in this game. They really could. Not a very good first half performance, to be honest. Rogers Jr. has been impressive there, and both of our wingbacks have actually been impressive in weird ways, although Rogers Jr. has made some mistakes. I don't know. Crosses completed isn't that high. I'd be tempted to maybe do less of that. Shishi is really the only player that's... Oh, actually, Lever's done all right as well, as has Rivera. Defensively, we've been solid. Strikers just haven't been creative enough. I think Svenningsson in the second half is very, very much needed here. Shishi... I don't know. We're just going to have to try and G them up and get going in this second half. We've not conceded. That's the key thing here. Yeah, just give them a bit of confidence for this second period. I still feel like this game is ours to win. But it certainly isn't like it was in the game against them, which is weird because they're playing the exact same system, from what I can tell. And I think we've put the exact same team out, but that's just how football is sometimes. Oh my god. No. Oh, what a way to concede a goal in a cup final, guys. What a way to concede. Let's have a look. I can't believe this is a way to concede here. Tramberg, it's a lovely ball through. Morganson just puts it in. It's hit the goalkeeper, and then... What is he doing? He just picked the ball up! What the f*** was that? Apologies for the screech there, but what was that? He could have just picked the ball up. It wasn't like the defender got there first. If anything, the defender gets there first as well, and... I don't know what's happened there. I genuinely am baffled by that. Right. Now we're trailing in a cup final to a team that we beat 5-0 less than a month ago. Right, let's have this, guys. Rogers Jr. guy. Come on. We've got to get back into this match. We haven't looked that likely yet either. That's the problem. Right, spread it. Spread it. Or, it's not really where I want you, mate. Right, Moskutsa. Morley. All the way up from Rogers Jr. Can he find a pass? Find Shishi! Oh, and Ursan immediately finds a leveler for us. Ursan, mate, this is why. I don't know. He just seems to be outperforming his stats regularly in this team. This is really quite a nice patient build-up. Considering we were on attacking, I figured we'd just do something rash here. Rogers Jr., lovely run from Shishi to get into this position. Unselfish to pull that back, and Ursan gets us the equalizer. Maybe we just needed to be on attacking in this game. I don't know. It's 1-1. Let's have this. We weren't even on attacking yet, were we? I don't know. I feel like we should still push this to try and force the issue a bit more. Not let them sit so much. Oh, God. Eager. Munk scored. This, at least we're back level almost immediately, so the danger has been cleared for now. Oh, God. This has been far more difficult than... Actually, to be fair, the last cup final against Kurgan, wasn't that 3-2 last season? We came from behind in that game, I think. Shishi. Can he dig across that? Rogers Jr. does. Bravo. Ah, saved by Ruinison, but it's another shot on target. Just get some more of those. I think we've got to face the facts that potentially there is an opportunity for extra time in this game. With that in mind, I'm going to get Kowalczyk on for Morley to give some fresh legs in the midfield, but I'm going to save the rest of our substitutes till maybe sort of 75, 80 minutes, particularly as we want Svenningsson on against tired legs so we can kind of have a run at people. That's the theory anyway. Rogers Jr. maybe could look long. Here we go. Ursan, he's got a bit of pace, you know. He could get there. He's got to square this. He has to square it. Bravo! No, it is Bravo. I thought it was an own goal. Mariano Bravo gives us the lead in the cup final. Christian Lever with the assist. What? How is that? Has anyone else noticed this? I noticed this a few times. Where in the world does it credit Christian Lever with the assist for that? Like, he's nowhere near the play. This is great from Ursan. Takes on two players, gets it across. Oh, it's cleared against Mariano Bravo, but it is 2-1 B67. I've got to turn it off of attacking now. Has it credited? So it gave no one the assist. So why did it say in the interface? Ah, don't worry. Weird that. I've noticed that a few times on these types of goals. Right, back to standard though. We're 2-1 up in the cup final now. A great little turnaround in this second period. Considering the way that we went behind. We've really fought back hard. Munk scored. Oh, God, no. Ball in. Eager Tramberg. Great blocks inside the box there. They've still only hit the target twice in this game. And Kanate with the punch for some reason. Just maybe catch it, bro. Munk scored. Back post and cleared. Well, not cleared, but out of play. And that's the main thing. We have the lead and things are going well for us so far. Right, now might be a time to look for some fresh legs. Who's slightly more knackered? Everything about them suggests that... I'm going to go with Svenningsson on for him, and we'll save the other substitute. Actually, no, Santos is looking quite knackered, so we'll get Hansen in there as well. Fresh legs for the remaining 22 minutes of this game. See if Svenningsson can tear him apart. I really, really want him to succeed, but he is still only 17, remember. They're leaving our fullbacks completely unmarked for these kicks, so... Oh, Svenningsson gets him behind. Come on, Svenny. Oh, unselfish. Drops it off to Ursan, and... I think not the World Cup. I think it's coming home. I think it's coming home to B67 for a second consecutive season. That's insane. For us to come to the top flight and win the cup both seasons. Lovely ball from Rogers Jr. This is great work from Svenningsson. That is a really nice piece of play to set his mate up there. Something we wouldn't have seen from him, perhaps. Then again, he's always been good for the assists. Great work. Ursan probably going to win man of the match, though. Almost certainly now. Oh, good God. And now Ursan's injured. And we've not got any more substitutes. Potential head injury. Probably going to be a concussion, but we will have to take him off for the remaining 12 minutes of this game. I think we'll be fine, really. Defensively, we've been all right. We just probably aren't going to score any more goals in today's game, not with 10 men for the remaining 10. Kanate, imagine if we scored another goal despite having 10 men here. Rogers Jr. in for Hansen. Shishi's kind of filling the gap here. Hansen around the post. Rasmussen. Please don't let them score one now. That could start to give them hope, and we don't want them having hope. Strunk, and it's wide. Well, this game is just sort of coming down to it now. I think we are about to win yet another cup final. Right, here's what I'm going to do, though. Because it's a cup final, I'm going to turn it on to director mode so we can actually see the celebrations when this game finishes for once. Because we missed out that on the last cup final, and I want to see us get that chance again. Svenningsson's through! Oh, he's missed. We could have seen Svenningsson maybe nick one there. I think that's going to do it, though. Maybe a little bit longer in this game. If we could avoid conceding and making it too tight. I think it was 3-2 in the last cup final as well, wasn't it? Or was it 3-1? I can't actually remember. But the point is, it does look very likely that we are going to win a cup final for the second year in a row. Nice piece of silverware. Will do well for the reputation, hopefully. Kowalczyk. Hansen. Over the top for Svenningsson. He can't head it into anyone important. 15 seconds to go. We should just be able to finish this game off nicely and see a nice little bit of celebration. The players jumping around with the trophy. That's certainly what I'm hoping for anyway. I'm hoping by turning it onto 3D, that's what we're going to get. There's full time. Do we actually see anything? Yes, there we go. That's quite nice, isn't it? I can't actually see a trophy. Why is the trophy... The trophy looks like it's made out of one of those milk cola bottles. That is bizarre, but it is nice to see us actually win it for once. There we go. Lovely old job. Right, remember to turn off the 3D. In fact, can we do it now? Well, I mean, I think we probably, on the balance of things, deserve it. 3-1 is maybe a bit harsh. I don't know. We didn't create many clear-cut opportunities. They created a few chances. Ursan, man of the match with his 2 goals. Great stuff from him. Let's just take a look at who else performed well in this game. Shishi, of course, with an 8.1. When does he ever not play well? Barano Bravo did all right. Svenningsson didn't get a great rating because he came off the bench fairly late, but he got an assist that really wrapped this game up for us. So I am super pleased with that. We're winning, or we have won, the Danish Cup for the 2nd year in a row, giving us presumably the priority in the Europa League next season in terms of positioning. So that's great. Really, really pleased with that. So Ursan actually dislocated his jaw and is going to be out for, well, the rest of the season, basically. So with that in mind, we're going to leave it to the doctor, but yeah, we don't actually need to matter because he's not going to be back for any more games this season. We've won the cup. We've got 50 grand for that. Lovely old job. Anything new there? Nah. Since I forgot to show it earlier, here is how the league is looking. We're 6 points clear with 1 game to go. Just the 24 points behind FC Copenhagen. Nordsjælland have gained a few more wins lately. But look at this. It's so tight for top scorer. Ursan, he's going to miss out on an opportunity to guarantee himself top scorer. If Bravo scores against Brøndby in the next video, he's going to win top scorer, I think, unless Taubaliv has an amazing day. Ursan is looking like he's going to win player of the season, though. Look at that average rating. So good. Really, really nice. Anyway, next video is going to be the last game of the season game against Brøndby, of course. But don't worry, we're going to do some other stuff in that video. We're going to take a little look at the, where are they now of some of the players from earlier in the save, as well as go over transfer targets that we could maybe look at in the summer. I don't know how many I'll actually sign. I might not sign any because I'm really content with a young side that are improving every year. You don't need to always make signings, but I might sign a few for the future and maybe plug a few gaps, particularly if we lose anyone. But it's good to have that there anyway, so we're going to sort of take a look and go through that stuff as well. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, do be sure to smash a like on the, we've won the Danish Cup for the 2nd season in a row. That would be bloody good if you smash a like on it. And yeah, if you enjoyed this, which I hope you did, join me or hit that subscribe button for more videos like this, in theory, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, but sometimes a little bit more, just like this week, where you're going to get 4 videos in a row. So maybe 5 videos this week? I don't really know. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.